Sri Satya Sai Baba. Today, we have an eminent speaker, Mr. Sridhar. Mr. Sridhar's first visit to Puttaparthi was in the year 1960 along with his father, where Swami called them for an interview. He belongs to the first batch of Bal Vikas, which was then called as Bal Vihar in 1968. Mr. Sridhar did his studies at Bangalore at St. Joseph Indian High School. He is an ex-student of Swami's College, Brindavan in Bangalore. He completed his graduation in BSc in 1977. By Swami's grace, he was instrumental in composing the bhajan Shirdi Sai Dwarakamai Prashantivasi Sai Ram. He worked in many branches of Syndicate Bank in different parts of India and finally worked as a senior branch manager from 2010 to 2017 in both the branches in Prashantinidayam and retired and settled in Puttaparthi. Presently, he is the coordinator of the alumni cell at Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashantinidayam campus, which was inaugurated on 1st Jan 2019. Now let us listen to Mr. Sridhar. Jai Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. My humble pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. My dear brothers and sisters of the Sai family. Today, first of all, I thank Mrs. Jaya Krishnamurthy for introducing me to Thane Sri Satya Sai Seva Samiti. And I thank Mr. Tyagarajan for giving me an opportunity to enter this new venture of speaking through Zoom. Actually, I have been speaking in different samitis, but this is a new experience because when I speak, there will be a lot of audience and I can see them whether they'll be smiling or laughing or just boring. But today I have to see my own face on the laptop and imagine that people are hearing me and talk. And this is a new experience for me. And I'm really thankful to Swami, first of all, for giving this opportunity. I start with a small prayer. Om Suklambaradaram Vishnum Sashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashantaye Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shaishwaraya Vidmahe Satya Devaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Sai Ram. Now I'll start my speech from the beginning of my childhood, how I came to Puttaparthi, then my Bal Vikas days, then Puttaparthi students days, and after studying bank days, like that extra. It will be spontaneous. I have not prepared anything for the speech. As and when, how much ever I remember, I'll be just speaking. And when the time comes, I think the time allotted me is till 8 o'clock. Sharp at 8 o'clock, I hope to close the speech. So in 1963, actually my father, Mr. Raj, M. Balaram Raj, was a devoted person. From his childhood, he was somewhat entering into many spiritual occasions and all that. Finally, in 1963, he was attending on Gita Jnana Yajna conducted by Chinmayanandaji. There one uncle, by name Narayan Swami uncle, he met my father and he just told, sir, there is one news, happy news to you. Then my father was just thinking, what is this happy news? God is born in human form. Wow. He himself was just telling, God is born in human form. It seems he is there in Puttaparthi, a remote village in Andhra Pradesh. So we have arranged some 3 buses to go to Puttaparthi. Why don't you join us? Then my father asked, God? God in human form? Just show me the photograph. So he showed the photograph. The moment he saw the photograph, he told, what is this? He is looking like a rowdy. That was the first thing. What is this? He is looking like a rowdy with all these hairs and all that. Then immediately, just he retracted himself, and just because he thought that Narayan Swami uncle would have been upset. He'll be so offended. So he just told, no, I don't have money to come to Puttaparthi. A lame excuse, that's all. Then that uncle, Mr. Narayan Swami, he told, no, I'll pay the bus fare. Whenever you feel like repaying, no, you pay. Even if you do not repay, it's no problem. So then again, my father, he wanted to give some other excuse. Okay, you will be giving the money for my travel to Puttaparthi, but I'll have to give some money for the expenses to my family, no, because we are very in a financial crisis. Then that uncle told, even that money I'll give. But so he was insistent. He was just forcing my father to come to Puttaparthi. Finally, my father budged, agreed, and myself, my father, and my sister, 3 of us joined the trip. It was a 3-day trip to Puttaparthi. And those days, 1963, Puttaparthi, there was only one stone building, that is Prashanti Nilayam, and there was one shed just next to Prashanti Nilayam. Present Purnachandra Auditorium is there. In that place, one single shed was there. And no hotels, no lodge, no bathrooms, no toilets. So far, but Chitravati was running in full. So for all the morning procedures, like we have to go to Chitravati only. So we landed in Puttaparthi, and 3 bus load means each bus about 50 people were there. 3 into 50, 150 devotees were there. And those days, early morning, Swami used to come on the first floor at 6 o'clock, and he'll give darshan to the devotees. The devotees will give, so that was called as Vishwarupa Darshan. So Vishwarupa Darshan, after seeing the darshan, all the devotees will disperse. We'll go to some hotel. There is one thatched hotel was there, just near the Gopram. There was that time Gopram was also not there. Just near the Gopram entrance, there was one hotel. It was a thatched hut-like thing, and that was the only hotel available those days. So we'll go there, have breakfast, again come back. We'll be sitting on the veranda where now the VIPs are sitting. No, that's the place where the devotees used to sit. By 7 to 11 is the interview time, it was called as. Swami will come out at 7 o'clock. He'll just pick up some few devotees. They'll go inside. Swami will give interview. Again, he'll come out. He'll pick up some devotees. Again, he'll go in. So that's the procedure. Everyday procedure is 7 to 11 interview time. So it was going like this. 1 day passed. 2 days passed. So now the 3rd day, around 10 o'clock, we are leaving Puttaparthi. Now, whoever came along with us in the bus, all of them got interviewed. All of them, except my father. So now the inspiration comes to my father. He is telling me, Sridhar, tomorrow we are getting up at 2 o'clock. We'll go straight to Chitravati. Then after having bath and everything, we'll come and sit in Prashanti Nilayam. Morning Vishwarupa Darshan. After Darshan, we are not going for breakfast. We'll be sitting there only. And that's the thing. No breakfast. We should have Swami's interview. See, the person who told that what is this God, born in human form, and now he's saying, no, we'll sit. So we sat there, and exactly in the morning at 7 o'clock, Swami comes. First person to be called was my father. Immediately, all of us, we went inside. So inside the interview room, the moment Swami started, he told, Nen rowdy kada. That means I'm rowdy, no? So immediately my father felt very bad. He just fell at the feet of Swami. He told Swami, please excuse me, please excuse me. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean that. Then Swami, with all that love and affection, he said, Bangaru, atla kaadu emi ledu. Onno illa, onno illa. He's telling in Tamil, he's telling in Telugu. He's telling, onno illa. Whatever you felt in the heart, no, you just told. Nothing to worry. And other then after that, Swami started giving the entire life history of my father. He told, you are having so many brothers, you had so many brothers, all the brothers expired. Then their children you had to look after. So their marriages, all these things. So you are very much worried. Don't worry. Another 3 months, you'll get promotion. My father was working for Reserve Bank of India. So then he told, this boy, I'll take care of him. Don't worry about this boy. Then Swami materialized Vibhuti. Then he gave some 45 packets of Vibhuti packets. And my father was in entire bliss, happiness. That's all. Then we took Padanamaskar, Swami gave photographs, all that, and we just came out. Then he was very happy, very happy. Then we reached Bangalore. The very same day, with the bhajan started in our house. Because we were already members of the Chinmaya mission, so we knew some bhajans. So with that bhajans, we started the bhajan, and the members, those 150 people who came in the bus, no, so at least some 20 to 25, 30 members, they started coming to our house for the bhajan. Then slowly in 1966, this bhajan was shifted to a Samiti and bhajan started. So I'm just running up so that I can tell some more stories like. So this miracle of converting a non-devotee of Swami to a devotee started on the first instance of term, because see, it is about 150 kilometers away. Those days, no telephones, no radio, no TV, no mobiles, nothing. And this Sarvantayami Swami, he has heard what my father told to Mr. Narayan Swami. Then the life history of my father, Narayan Swami doesn't know. How Swami knows? That means he is Sarvantayami. He is God. He is God, one in human form. So this went on. So we started attending bhajans. And in 1968, this Bala Vikas movement started. So they told the children need not come for the elders bhajan. So a separate bhajan will be conducted for the Bala Vikas children. So all the children can come. So I started attending the Bala Vikas, and I used to sing bhajans there. Then there used to be some bhajans competition for the Bala Vikas children. So I used to participate, and always I used to get first or second or third prize. Within 3 prizes I used to get. So in this context, I would like to tell that the present warden of Bangalore, Brindavan College, Mr. T. Ravi Kumar, belongs to same Bala Vikas, that is Alsur Sri Satya Sai Seva Samiti. The present director, Mr. Sundareshan, he also was our own same Bala Vikas, same batch, just 1 or 2 years junior to me. So we all belong to the Bala Vikas, and we used to sing bhajans. And whenever Swami comes to Brindavan, our Bala Vikas Guru used to tell, Swami is coming to Brindavan. Swami has come. This Sunday we are all going to Brindavan. It is a joy and happy occasion. So whenever we go to Brindavan with the Bala Vikas, Brindavan was real Brindavan those days. You can imagine Krishna's Brindavan. In Brindavan, there will be a lot of trees, lots of plants, and everywhere plants. And wherever trees are there, wherever shade is there, devotees will sit around the tree. And Swami will come from his bungalow, we used to call. From there, he'll come and he'll give darshan to all the people. And finally, there was one tree, and that was finally one shed was made, and it was called a Sairam shed. And Sairam shed, Swami used to come and sit. And there the bhajans used to happen. We Bala Vikas children will be sitting under one such tree opposite to Sairam shed. Swami will be coming from there, And always we used to carry one folding chair, a small chair. We'll just put the chair, one side girls, one side boys will be sitting, and Swami will come. Ha, Balavikas, ye Balavikas. Then we'll tell also Swami. Then he'll come and sit on the chair. Once he sits on the chair, he'll tell, start shape. So I will sing bhajan. T. Ravi Kumar will sing bhajan. And Swami will be sitting in the bhajan. And the singers who are, bhajan will be happening in the Sairam shed that's there. And devotees will be sitting. Now the devotees will be confused. What is this Swami sitting there? So they'll start running towards this tree where we are sitting, where Swami is sitting with us. But this Sevadal people will have tough time because they have to control and they'll make them sit there. Then Swami will listen to one or two bhajans from us. Then he'll order the Sevadal to bring some apples or sweets or chocolates, and from his own hands he'll distribute us. So that was the first experience. During that time, these children know my friend was there by name Umapati. That's what he's asking. Swami, నేను pass aitana. He said, Swami, will I pass in the exam? And Swami is saying, Chadute pass aitav. If you study, you'll pass. So that's a small message that if you just pray to God or if you pray to Swami, it doesn't mean that he'll take care of you, he'll make you pass the exams. So in the childhood days, in the Balikas days itself, Swami gave the message that you study well. If you study well, you'll pass. So this went on. Finally, I finished my 10th. Now, I wanted to. Swami started the Sathya Sai College, Vrindavan campus in 1969. So now, from the day I attended the inaugural function of Swami's college also. So from that time, I had an urge to join Swami's college. So what happened? I passed 10. I went to Sathya Swami's college, took the application form, applied, and I went and met the principal for interviews. I was called for an interview. Those days, no interview. Just submit the application, go and meet the principal. Professor Narendra was my principal. So I just talked to him. And this Narendra uncle, I call him as uncle because he is the person who is to distribute prizes for the Balikas competition in our Samiti. That is, our anniversary celebrations will be there. For that, he will be the chief guest. Many a time, he'll be the chief guest, and he used to distribute prizes. So my face was familiar to him, and his face was familiar to me. So I told, sir, I want to join Swami's college. Very good. What is the second language? I told Tamil. Tamil. Oh, those days, the college was affiliated to Bangalore University. So Bangalore University had all the languages like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Sanskrit, Hindi, all that. So he told Tamil, but we don't have a lecturer in our college for Tamil. So mine is a fickle mind. I'm afraid, I'm scared, I cannot study by my own self. So I told, okay, so I'll just think over it, and went back and joined St. Joseph's College. Because I was not confident that I can study by my own without a lecturer or without a teacher. I joined St. Joseph's College. Now, first intermediate, second intermediate over. Now the degree. Again, the urge is there. If I miss a chance, I won't in the lifetime, I cannot join Swami's college. What to do? In the meantime, my friend T.V. Ravi Kumar has already joined Swami's college. So I was just feeling very bad, but still the fear was there in my mind. So this time, one incident happened. My neighbor in Indiranagar, Bangalore, my neighbor was Dr. Ramachandra Rao, who was a dentist, who was brother of Dr. Padmanabhan. Dr. Padmanabhan is a devotee who used to come at the back of Swami always. So my mother and myself, we used to attend bhajans whenever it happens in Dr. Ramchandra's house. And to just tell a small deviation, Dr. Padmanabhan's family was the family who started the Akhand Bhajan system in Sai's Satya Sai organization. So these family members, they used to have bhajans in rotation in different houses of Padmanabhan's relatives' houses. And one such place is Dr. Ramachandra's house, who was my neighbor. So we used to attend bhajans. So suddenly, this group of people, they conducted one Akhand Bhajan in Golden Jubilee Hall, Lalbagh, Bangalore. Since we were known to them, they told, you can join the Akhand Bhajan in the singers group. That is Golden Jubilee Hall, Lalbagh, Bangalore. Akhand Bhajan is conducted and Swami is invited for the function. So myself, I just took one of my friend, a Balvikas boy, along with me. And we were sitting in the front. Bhajan group is there, second line we are sitting. I'm in the aisle. Next to me, my friend is sitting and Swami started coming. He was giving darshan. When he came near us, he told, "Nen poyedappudu nu ra." That means when I'm going, you just come. So we were Balvikas, but just small boys, just wearing some white shirt and white pant, half knicker. And we just, both of us, we thought that we have to escort Swami during darshan. And immediately both of us, we got up and held hands and started walking behind Swami, just like Dr. Padmanabhan. And Swami suddenly told, "Ippudu kaadu, then poyedappudu." Then again we came and sat off. Swami went to the stage. He inaugurated the Akhand Bhajan. He gave some, he delivered speech. Then from there he pointed something to Dr. Padmanabhan. And all this bhajan started. After the bhajan started, Swami left. It's an Akhand Bhajan for the whole day, continuous day. Okay. So Swami left. Then we just ran. Both of us, we just ran outside. By the time Swami's chorus left. And we thought what to do. We were just thinking like that. And we could see Dr. Padmanabhan's car again coming back. So Padmanabhan says, come on, get into the car. Both of us, we sat in the car. And he took us to Basavan Gudi, just backside of Lalbagh. And that is Dr. Padmanabhan's house. And Swami has gone there. So now both of us are trying to get down from the car. Dr. Padmanabhan is telling, not you. He's saying, not you, he. That means I am not permitted to go along with him. And so he was given the chance. He went inside. 45 minutes over. I was just panting, just crying as to what's happening. I came till the entrance. I'm not permitted. But that boy is got a beautiful chance. But the jealousy is not there. From my younger days, I don't have jealousy at all. I thought, let him come back. Let me hear to him what has happened. So after 45 minutes, this boy comes back and Padmanabhan says, you just drop them in Akhand Bhajan again. So we went to Akhand Bhajan. Just opposite to Golden Jubilee, there's a hillock in Lalbagh. Whoever has gone to Lalbagh, I think you will know, say a small hillock is there. On that we sat and he started narrating what happened. He's telling, he went inside, there was a dining table and some devotees were sitting, Swami is sitting, plates are kept. One chair next to Swami is kept vacant. And Swami says, come, you sit next to me. So that boy sits there. Then Swami says, come on, start eating. Tinnu. And he was to Swami, no, you have. So he started and then others also started. And then Swami started and everyone had the dinner, lunch. Then Swami takes him to an interview room, a separate room, gives him interview. He says, see, your friends in the college, you're not having good company. Please take care. Then he materialized Vibhuti, he gives him and all that. And some very good interview he told. Then finally, Swami is embarrassing him. This opportunity was given by Sri Rama to Hanuman, only Hanuman, because he was the greatest devotee. So he told all this story. Then I heard that. I told, what? Really great. Really, you are very lucky. Then I said, we are very lucky. I felt as though I attended that lunch, as though I attended, Swami told me and all that. I told, Shall we join Swami's college? See the turn actually. PUC, after 10th, I went to college. I just came back without joining. Then again for degree, I applied. Again, I told Tamil lecture is not there, so I know I want to come. Now, when we take one step towards Swami, Swami is taking 100 steps towards us. So he inspired me by giving an opportunity to my friend. Throughout my life, it is Swami, he will teach me a lesson through others only. So then very next day we went to Swami's college. We talked to the principal and principal told the same thing. No, we don't have Tamil lecturer here. I told, sir, if I miss the chance, then he asked me, why you want to suddenly see now already 1 month passed after joining the classes have started. Suddenly you want to join now? Then he told, no, sir, this happened yesterday. Swami showered so much of affection and love on us. So we want to join Swami's college. Immediately agreed. So we both joined the college. So that's how Swami pulled me to Swami's college. After joining the college, Swami was very much there in Vrindavan. And suddenly, after 1 week of time, my friend of mine who enjoyed the happiness of having lunch with Swami disappeared. He stopped coming to college. Then lecturers and everyone started asking, Sridhar, what happened? What happened to your friend? I told, I don't know, sir. So then when I met him, because of his own reasons, he told, no, I couldn't continue in Swami's college. I have gone back to St. Joseph's College. So just for my sake, Swami made this Nataka, Maya Nataka Sutradhari, he made this Natakam and made me join Swami's college. This person, my friend, he had one lunch with Swami. But after joining college, I had plenty of lunch and dinners with Swami. So he made me join. Now, always this feeling of, I was afraid, how will I pass the exams? How will I pass the Tamil exam? This was going on. Very next day after joining the college, the Tamil professor of St. Joseph's College happened to meet me, or maybe Swami has made an opportunity for him to meet me. He told, Sridhar, what is this? I think yesterday you didn't come to college. I told, no, sir, I joined Swami's college. But one feeling is there, sir, there is no Tamil lecturer in our college. And that person is telling, no Tamil lecturer, I'll come and teach in Swami's college. He is not a devotee. He has never seen Swami. But he has heard my bhajans because his neighbor's house, I used to go and attend as a Balavikas boys. We used to conduct bhajans in our professor's Bala. His name is Professor Bala Subramaniam. So he has heard my bhajans. And so he told, no, don't leave the college just for the sake of Tamil. I'll come and teach. You just take permission from a principal. Then I went and met the principal. I told, sir, one small request. The professor of St. Joseph College would like to come and teach here. Then he told, okay, I'll ask Swami. Without Swami's permission, nobody can come here, he told. I told, okay, sir. So about 10 days passed. So every day I was asking Professor, Narendra sir, principal. He told, no, I didn't get a chance to talk to Swami. I didn't get a chance to talk to Swami. Suddenly one day, the same Balasubramaniam, he comes to Whitefield. He came directly and he told, I want to meet your principal. Sridhar, you are not taking interest. I would like to talk to the principal. So I took him to the principal. I was just introducing. Then principal told, no, sir, I didn't get a chance to talk to Swami at all. Really sorry, but whenever I get a chance, I'll talk to Swami, because only if Swami talks to me, I can ask him. So I didn't get a chance. We were talking like that. And suddenly, the present Kalyana Mandapam in Vrindavan was the office room of the principal. So from the window, we could see Swami coming out. So myself, Tamil Professor Balasubramaniam, and principal, we just ran out, and on the pathway we just stood, and Swami came straight to us, and Swami is asking, Ninga thaan the Tamil professor, you can start the classes. Wow. So now I understood it is all Swami's Leela, Swami's Maya, Swami's Nataka, that only for the sake of Sridhar, he has brought a lecturer or professor from St. Joseph's College to Satyasai College. So same day, Swami gave permission. This Professor Balasan flat, he took Padnamaskar and Swami went for darshan, for giving darshan to Sairam Shed. Then after 1 hour or so, just like Gurukul system, myself along with some 3, 4 Tamil boys, we were sitting under a tree and Swami comes now. Swami is coming and he's telling, Professor, you're starting the classes. Okay, he materialized Vibhuti and gave to Professor. He gave to all of us. We took Padnamaskar and Tamil classes started. After that, first he told that once a week I'll come. Then he made it as twice a week, thrice a week. Then he started coming every day to college. Because the advantage is that in the evening, after the college gets over, in Swami's bungalow, now it is called as Trai Brindavan, but that time it was called as bungalow, Swami's bungalow. So evening we'll have the chance of going inside Swami's bungalow, sitting in the hall, and this professor also can come inside because he is one of the faculty. So because of that, every day he used to come and take classes. Now not only for Sridhar, first PUC, second PUC, first degree, first second degree, all the Tamil students started having classes. This is going on. This time, then he told, I don't want any fees, anything, no honorarium, nothing. I don't require anything. So this is Swami, this affectionate Swami, who told in the interview to my father, I'll take care of this fellow, this boy. Now he has come, he has pulled me to Swami's college and he has brought the lecturer also, professor also. After 1 year, Swami, he has his own way of showing how to honor people. He sets an example. His life is, he says, no, my life is my message. So after 1 year, suddenly in the evening session, Swami calls Professor Balasubramaniam. Then he praises him and he brings a big tray full of fruits and all that. And finally, in that, he's one full suit length because the Professor Balasubramaniam used to wear coat and suit. And he gave that and Swami honored him. But after that, Professor Balasubramaniam continued for another 15 years continuously teaching Tamil in Swami's college. So this way, Swami pulled me to Swami's college. So then every day, so those days, see nowadays in Prashanti Nilayam, students will be sitting along with the public and Swami comes and gives darshan. But those days, we didn't have a separate session like Swami's darshan. Always we'll be inside Swami's bungalow. That is Swami's bungalow. Outside the compound, there will be a lawn, lots of trees and plants will be there. And myself, morning till evening, I'll be inside the lawns only. And that used to be my study room. Like I'll be sitting there and many students also will be sitting there under some plant or some tree and will be studying. As and when Swami appears in the window or in the steps or anywhere, suddenly one student will tell one click sound, that's all. And immediately, just like all the deers flock together and run, no, we boys will be running towards Swami. And we'll be surrounding Swami and standing. And Swami will talk to us. Swami will do some miracles like that. And after that, he'll just walk. He'll go to Sairam Shed, give darshan and come back. So one day, one boy was there among us and Swami suddenly materialized a watch and gave him, and he just told the meaning of what is watch. I'm just hurrying up because I'm seeing the watch already 25 minutes, only 25 minutes left for me to talk. So that's the time when Swami materialized watch and gave, and he told, see, you are seeing lots of movies and all that. Because that boy used to escape from college He'll go and see the movies and come back. Nobody knew about it. He'll tell some lame excuse that my father is not well or something like that. He'll go to the city, see the movie and come back. So Swami Mitras, we watch and gave him and told, watch your words, watch your action, watch your thought, watch your character, watch your heart. So anytime, every time you see the watch, you should remember these things. And next time when you go to a movie, this watch will stop. So somehow he controlled. After some time, he thought, what Swami knows, he is also a human being like me. And others, and one suddenly he disappeared and came back. After seeing the movie, he came back. Next day, when we were standing on the line, Swami came. What's the time? He cried and fell at Swami's feet. Then Swami told, no. But in the meantime, he has gone to some watch repair, because the moment he came out of the theater, the watch had stopped. So he couldn't do anything. Swami told, nothing to worry, don't worry. Next time he just touched the watch like that. And what started working. So like this, miracles are happening. Every day we had the chance of sitting in evening session. We used to go, we'll be standing outside. Swami will give darshan in Sairam Shed and come. And the moment he enters the hall, there's a chair kept for Swami. He'll go and sit there, and that's a signal that we can get inside. We'll just jostle with each other and run, and no sevadal, and nobody will stop us. And we'll run inside and sit. We run because we want to sit near Swami, and whoever sits near Swami will get the chance of doing Padaseva. For example, Swami will be sitting for 1 hour or 1.5 hours, and he'll be just on the spontaneous, he'll tell, come on, Shankar, you speak. Come on, you sing, like that. So that proximity, that happiness, that bliss, we are all enjoying. And finally, so every day I had the chance of singing in the college. Every day I had the chance of singing in the college. So during that time only, one student by name Rupak Sharma, he is the composer of the song Sai Bhajan Bina Sukha Shanti Nahi. So he composed this song, and he told Swami. From that day, almost every day Swami will tell, Rupak, come on, sing the bhajan. So he was going on every time. Swami, a number of times, he'll be just saying, Sai Bhajan Bina Sukha Shanti Nahi. Hari Nama Bina Anand Nahi, like that. So then finally Swami learned the song from this Rupak Sharma, and Swami made that song his own song. Like, so nowadays, anywhere, Swami changed the word instead of Sai, you put Hari. Hari Bhajan Bina Sukha Shanti Nahi. That is actually Sai Bhajan Bina Sukha Shanti Nahi. That's originality. So now, as I told you, Swami inspires me by giving example of somebody else only. So I heard this, and Swami suddenly inspired me. One day I was just playing. I didn't learn harmonium. I was just playing harmonium. I just tried playing, and suddenly the tune came. And words also flowed. And this song. So this song came. Allah Ishvara Sai Ram Arti Puri ke He Bhagwan Daya karo Kripa karo Raksha karo He Bhagwan Daya karo Kripa karo Raksha karo He Bhagwan Shirdi Sai Dwaraka Mai Prashanti Vasi Sai Ram Shirdi Sai Dwaraka Mai Prashanti Vasi Sai Ram Sai Ram Sai Ram Ye song because time limit is very less. And if I sing the bhajan and the entire time will be consumed only for singing the bhajan. So I composed this song. This bhajan, I never thought that it will spread throughout the world. Now throughout the world, they sing this bhajan. When I go somewhere, they'll be singing, and they'll be trying to correct myself. Actually, the song is composed by me, but some words are changed. Earlier, when I composed the bhajan, Sai Ram, Radhe Shyam, Megha Shyam, Sundar Naam. This is the original composition. Then I changed it to Sai Ram, Ek Naam, Sundar Naam. So I changed it. Then later on, our Hariharan, he just told one small change can I make for the song. He told Sai Ram, Ek Naam, Sundar Naam. So this is the bhajan which Swami inspired me to compose. And once I had been to some Shirdi Baba temple in Delhi, and there somebody was singing song. And after that, I got a chance to sing bhajan, and I sang Shirdi ke Bhagwan Sai Ram, Parti mein tum janam liyo re, Shirdi ke Bhagwan Sai Ram. This song I sang. Then I sang Akhanda Jyoti. Then my wife Tilakavati, she sang Nandalala. So bhajan went on very nicely. After the bhajan got over, this person who was saying Shirdi Sai Dwarakama, he came and told me, sir, bhajan was very nice. All people, everybody came and told bhajan was super. We really enjoyed the bhajan or that. And this particular person who sang the song Shirdi Sai Dwarakama is coming telling me, sir, you sang Shirdi ke Bhagwan Sai Ram, Parti mein tum janam liyo re. I don't agree for that. And because he feels that Shirdi Sai is separate and he has not taken birth anywhere. Then I told him, you sang the song Shirdi Sai Dwarakama, just repeat once again. Then it was Shirdi Sai Dwarakama, Prashanti Vasi Sai Ram. What is that Prashanti Vasi? I asked. Because in the Shirdi Mandir, what they do is conveniently, Allah Ishwara Sai Ram, Shirdi Puri ke He Bhagwan. So they conveniently replace the Parti Puri ke with Shirdi Puri ke. So then, see, he said, Allah, he sang like that. Allah Ishwara Sai Ram, Shirdi Puri ke He Bhagwan. So I told, no, the first line, Shirdi Sai Dwarakamayi, Prashanti Vasi Sai Ram. What is Prashanti Vasi? I asked him. That is Prashant. I told, not Prashant, it is Prashanti Vasi. Prashanti Vasi means Prashanti Nilayam, Swami is born, Swami's birthplace. It is Satya Sai Baba's birthplace. Oh, sir, I've been singing for a long time. I didn't know that, sir. So this way, one more thing, this Dwarakamayi, Shirdi Sai Dwarakamayi, Prashanti Vasi Sai Ram. While composing the song, I thought Dwarakamayi means Krishna's Dwaraka. For the sake of rhyming, I thought I would put this Shirdi Sai Dwarakamayi Prashanti Vasi. That rhyming word should come. No, I thought I would compose like that. After 15 years, I went to Shirdi. When I went to Shirdi, this Dwarakamayi is there. Dwarakamayi is a place where our Swami, in the previous form of Shirdi Baba, used to sit there and perform miracles, give interviews, cure the diseases, all that. Then only I understood it is not me who has composed the song, it is Swami who has composed the song. So this is the story of Shirdi Sai Dwarakamayi. So this went on. I think the time is very short. So then one day Swami left Vrindavan acting as though he is angry with his students and went off to Puttaparthi. About 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks over, the students, we started writing letters to Swami and all that, and Swami didn't come. But one day, every day we used to have bhajan from 12 to 12:30 in the college, and on Thursdays we used to have 12 to 1 in the afternoon. So that afternoon bhajan was filled with emotion. Everybody is singing beautifully. Darshana do Bhagwan, Avo Bhagwan, all that and all that. And bhajan went on very well. It was just charged vibrations we could feel. Everybody was with full emotion. And the very same day, this bhajan happened at 12 o'clock. At 3 or 3:30, suddenly we see Swami coming to Vrindavan. The moment he came to Vrindavan, all the students surrounded him. And Swami told, your devotion, your singing bhajans made me to come here. So in that one such bhajan was, I feel, because almost all the songs were good, and one song which has impressed Swami was Krishna Gopal, Krishna Gopal, Krishna Gopal, Krishna Gopal, Darshana do mere Sai Nandalal, Meera ke Prabhu Giridhar Bal, Radha Madhava Krishna Gopal, Partipuri ke Sai Gopal, Darshan do mere Sai Nandalal, Darshan do mere Sai Nandalal, Krishna Gopal, Krishna Gopal. So this song is the one which made Swami to rush to Vrindavan and be with us. So now this was going on every day. We were enjoying. Finally, the college, we have 3 years degree we have completed. And one such day, almost last few days, then Swami in the Vrindavan evening session, Swami asked my classmate, I think his name is Deepak Shirali. He told, Deepak, come on, talk. So he got up and he started weeping. He told, Swami, we have completed 2 years, 3 years, 5 years as per the courses. And finally, we have enjoyed your bliss, enjoyed the ananda of being with you every day, day in and day out, listening to your speeches, listening to your songs and all that. So now we don't feel like leaving Vrindavan. Just give me one corner of Vrindavan and a broomstick. With that, I'll spend my life just sweeping that corner, and I want to stay. We want to stay in Vrindavan only, with you only. We don't want to leave this place. So that time, Swami got up. He told, "Come and sit." So he cried, and all that. Almost every one of us became very emotional. And suddenly, Swami got up and told. Some students they think they joined Swami's college because they wanted to join. Some students they think they joined Swami's college because of the force of the parents. So there will be so many reasons that students will have in their mind, but no, it is myself. I who have picked you up from different parts of the world to come and study here. And if you, after getting this Ananda, if you remain here, then what is the purpose of my avatarhood? You are all going to be the messengers of Sai throughout the world, different parts of the world. You are the ones who will be going and spreading Sai's message. So I have picked up, I made the sankalpa that you should come and study here. So please do not fear. If you remain in Vrindavan yourself, then my mission of taking this avatarhood will be of no use. So then we understood it is Swami who has selected us. So if the same thing applies to the devotees, whoever comes to Puttaparthi or Vrindavan, where Swami is there, either during Swami's physical presence or even now, it is not that they are coming of their own. It is Swami who has picked them up. He is Swami who has selected them. Because what I feel is, we devotees or we students or devotees, whoever comes to Puttaparthi, we would have been part of the Gopikas or Gopas during Krishna's avatar. Otherwise, because there are lakhs and millions and crores of people throughout the world, how is that we are getting a chance? We got the chance to live with God. Swami is God, God in human form. We have not seen Rama, we have not seen Krishna. So this opportunity of being with Swami is a rarity, rarity, rarity. And what I feel is we should not miss this chance. Whatever we have enjoyed, the bliss we have enjoyed because of the Swami's presence, Swami's Namasparana, we should spread it to others. That's a message I have. And after leaving the college, I joined by Swami's grace. I got selected in Syndicate Bank and started my journey throughout India. So now, once about 10 to 15 years, I remained in Bangalore itself. I thought, because Swami, I was a member of Indiranagar Samiti, Bangalore. Before that, I would like to tell my Balavikas days. We belong to Alsur Balavikas in Bangalore. And a small mandir, by now 15 feet to 20 feet, mandir was built. And in the year 1970, we invited Swami to come and inaugurate the mandir. Imagine this Bhagavan, this avatar, who is God, coming to our Samiti, which is just 15 by 20 feet. That mandir, he is coming to inaugurate the mandir. So he came, and that time, my mother thought that when a Swami comes, I shall donate one chair for Swami. So one chair and one footrest she purchased, and it was donated. And that was kept on the main, that is opposite to the small mandir where Swami is inaugurating. There's a big ground. In that ground, lots of people had gathered, and the chair was supposed to be kept there. But suddenly, in the last minute, some big simhasana was kept on the dais. For that simhasana, footrest was not there. So the organizers, they kept the footrest for this big simhasana. And now inside the mandir where Swami inaugurated the mandir, and he went inside and sat there. When he sat there, Swami was just talking and all the members were talking, and my mother was also there. She doesn't know what's happening in the ground outside. So this devotees were talking to Swami, and Swami was talking, and devotees had prepared Naivedyam. So a tray full of items were kept, prepared by devotees, and my mother, she took the Naivedyam plate and Swami showed to Swami. Swami, of all, many sweets were there, all the items were, plenty of items were there, and Swami just took a piece of masala vada, and that masala vada was prepared by my mother. So Swami had that. That's a wonderful experience. Now the next one, Swami told, coffee ilya? No coffee for me. So nobody thought of giving coffee to Swami. But again, Swami has given a thought to my mother, and without anybody's knowledge, she had prepared coffee and kept in a flask and kept in the corner of that mandir. Suddenly she said, Swami, coffee irukku. So she ran and took the flask and gave coffee to Swami. So Swami had the coffee. After this got over, Swami came to the open ground where a big dais was kept and where the simhasana was put and that small footrest was placed. Behind that ground is a big hall where we Balavikas children were sitting. And inside that hall, that small chair which my mother presented was kept there. So my mother, after attending the inauguration of that small mandir, she came to the open ground and she was sitting along with the public. And the moment she saw the dais, she thought, chair is not there. And she started weeping, crying. And Swami, he just came, he came straight inside the hall where we Balavikas children were sitting, and he sat on the chair and he told, "Come on, start." So we all started singing bhajans, and Swami materialized Vibhuti, and he just blew the Vibhuti. The Vibhuti fell on all the children seated in the hall. Then Swami comes out and he's just giving darshan to everybody. Slowly he goes and he sits on the footrest. A peculiar photo, a rare photo, which you can all see. So Swami sat on the footrest. Now my mother felt very happy. That is, I'm just giving this example that we were actually middle class family. We were not rich, and but my mother was so much devoted, and she was feeling so bad that last minute some changes have happened. But Swami is Sarvantaryami, he knows the feelings of devotees. So he sat on the footrest. Then he delivered speech and he left. So now the time is another 5 minutes left. I have hurriedly told many instances. Now I'll come to the last part. Now I'll take 10 minutes extra. Mr. Tyagarajan told me that as soon as you finish the speech, you just tell Sai Ram, just tell Shanti Mantram and close the matter. So with his permission, with Swami's permission, with Tyagarajan sir's permission, I'll just talk another 10 minutes.
You can take, sir, no problem, sir. Sai Ram.
Oh, thank you, Sai Ram. So this, I was in Sai Darshan, Indiranagar member, Bangalore, and Swami from 1988 till 2001, Swami visited our mandir every year. Every year, Swami only inaugurated the mandir in Bangalore, Indiranagar. The Swami named it as Sai Darshan, and so Swami used to come every year to the mandir. And by Swami's grace, we had the chance, myself, my wife, and others, we had the chance of singing along with the lead singers in Swami's presence. So one such day, Swami came, he heard our bhajans. That day I sang, Prem Ishwar hai, Ishwar Prem hai, Prem Ishwar hai, Ishwar Prem hai. This song I sang. So bhajan went on very well. And after that, I just came out, and my wife comes to me and tells, the Swami has left. Swami stayed with us for 2 hours. Every time he comes to Indiranagar Mandir, Bangalore, Swami used to stay with us for 2 hours. He'll hear the bhajans, then Swami will give discourse, then he'll go to the upstairs, he'll see the Balavikas program, then he'll get Swami's room, we have kept separately. He'll go to Swami's room and he'll have the Naivedyam and then leave. So about 2.5 hours he'll be with us. So after this 2 hours of enjoyment with Swami's presence also, suddenly my wife comes and tells me, Swami has gone to one devotee's house called as Mr. Kagal. Then I said, come, we'll go there. So I take my scooter and we went there. It's about 2 kilometers from the Sai Darshan Mandir where Swami visited. So we went there. And by the time Swami has already gone inside the house, and that Madam Kagal's, Mrs. Kagal, she was the singing partner of my wife, Tilakavati. So while going, she has told my wife that Swami is coming to my house, and she left in the middle of the program. So when we went there, already Swami has gone inside the house, and lots of people are standing outside. Police is standing, Sevadal are standing, and some force is pulling me to go inside. Just I started walking in, and some Sevadal people standing there. They told, sir, please, you enter the house from the backside. So from the backside we entered, we just peeped, and that madam, Mrs. Kagal, Sita Kagal, her name is, she just showed some indication, and we just went inside. There, Swami is sitting there on the dining table, everything served, and in that room, about selected some 20 to 25 devotees almost the family members of Mr. and Mrs. Kagal. They are there. And we were the privileged couple. We just entered and sat there. And suddenly now, this auntie, Kagal auntie, who was, who I think must be, she's about 80 years old, I think. Very pious and very devoted, very soft spoken. She's just telling me, I was sitting next to her. Swami is sitting there and having his lunch. So this auntie is telling me, Sridhar, this is my house. You can ask anything to Swami. She had some point in the mind. So she wanted me to ask that question to Swami. So as a background, I want to tell you, we used to attend bhajans in different houses, different samitis, wherever Akhand bhajan is there, wherever special occasions there. Myself and my wife Tilakavati, we used to go for bhajans and we used to enjoy bhajans. And wherever we go, we'll be talking only about Swami, 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 and all that. So then a small question will be between us. That is, my wife will ask me, we are going everywhere singing in the praise of Swami, but does really Swami knows us? Does Swami really knows us? Then now I cannot answer her directly, so I'll just join her. I'll tell them, yeah, does Swami really knows us? Because that's the simplest answer. Because if I say yes, Swami knows us, then she'll ask, what is the proof? I cannot tell her any proof and all that. No, so I used to just join and tell, yes, I don't know. I think really that Swami knows us. So that day we were sitting, and this Kagal auntie is telling, Sridhar, you can ask. She's whispering in my ears. But Swami is sitting right in front of me and having lunch. So I'm just praying like that, and I'm just keeping quiet. Again and again, she's telling me, Sridhar, you just ask. Sridhar, you just ask. Then from this Swami, this Sarvantaryami, he's telling, Sridhar alva, avanu Alsur Balavikas alva. Sorry, the battery was running out. So Sridhar alva, or Alsur Balavikas alva. So Swami, he could have told us, Sridhar, no, actually he sang Prema Ishwara Hai just now, no, I know him. No, he's telling my Balavikas days. That is, I attended Balavikas in 1969, 70, 71, 72, that's all. And this is happening in 1998, after some 25 or 27 years. And definitely my face cut, my everything would have changed. And how Swami is going to the root of this. He's saying, Sridhar, he is from Alsur Balavikas, no. And he's saying, Channage Hartane, Channage Baristane. With that, he is still having food, no. With that fingers, he's saying, Channage Hartane, Channage Baristane. This is in Kannada actually. So Channage Hartane means he sings very nicely. Next, Channage Baristane. Channage Baristane means I played Duffly, no? So Swami gave a certificate in front of everybody that Sridhar sings very well and he plays Duffly very well. So that was it was as though Swami slapped on me. That is because in spite of being Swami's fold from the Balavikas days, after studying in Swami's college, after 25 years or 30 years, suddenly a doubt arises between us as to we are going and spreading Swami's message. We are talking about Swami and all that. Does Swami knows us? Here is Bhagwan. Here is Sarvantaryami. He is the one who is making us sing. He is the one who is hearing. He is the one who is talking, making me talk. He is the one who is hearing through the devotees who are here listening to me. He is the one. He is in all. He is in everybody. So Satya Swami proved that, yes, I know you. So Swami knows each and every devotee throughout the world. each and every devotee throughout the world. It is not that Swami knows only Sridhar or Swami knows only Jaya or Swami knows Tyagarajan. No, he knows everybody, everybody. He is Sarvantaran. He is God in human form. So we are very lucky, very lucky. And I feel I'll take another one incident of 5 minutes. So then after that, I was transferred to different parts of India. And finally, I was in Kadapa in Andhra Pradesh. Sairam sir, can I continue?
Yes, sir. Yes, Sairam. Yeah.
Okay. How much time you can give me?
5 minutes.
Yeah, you can take 5 minutes, sir. No issues.
Okay. So then he comes. So I was transferred from Kadapa. I was transferred to Bangalore. Then my wife, Tilakavati, is telling, no, you ask for Puttaparthi. I didn't know what to do. So suddenly I thought, let me approach the general manager, who is the head of the 36 regions of Syndicate Bank. So each region will be having some 100 branches. And I don't know the general manager. I don't have any influence except Swami. So finally, I go and meet him. And I just tell him, sir, I want a small help from you. Kindly transfer me to Puttaparthi. Then I told, why specifically Puttaparthi, he asked. Then I told, sir, actually, I am a Swami devotee, Swami student. I studied in Swami's college. So I would like to serve the people, serve the devotees in Puttaparthi. So this one word that I want to serve the devotees in Puttaparthi pleased him, and he told, yes, I'll give you Puttaparthi. But the moment I showed, after that, he told, tomorrow you come and collect the orders. Next day when I go, he says somebody spoils the chance, and again it goes on like that, and 9 days passed. Finally, 9th day, I went to receive the orders from the GM. Now he's shouting at me, Sridhar, I cannot give you Puttaparthi. Lots of obstacles, lots of problems. So many people are just fighting with me not to give a transfer order to Sridhar to Puttaparthi. Then he shouted, he told, I'm having urgent work with the chairman. Please go. You just go and join Jayanagar branch in Bangalore. So just I came out. Before I could come out, the GM goes out of the cabin, and I just came out, and the secretary who permitted me to meet the GM for 9 days, I just told him, sir, thank you very much for permitting me to meet the GM. But anyway, it's a failure. I'm posted to Jayanagar branch in Bangalore. So thank you very much, I told. And like that, I was talking, and he told, anyway, Puttaparthi is not very far, Mr. Sridhar. Weekends you can go to Puttaparthi and see Swami. So finally, after talking for about 10 minutes, this is in the 5th floor of our corporate office in Bangalore. And from 5th floor, I'm just getting down the lift. 3rd floor came, and the gate opens. The same GM who shouted at me is now coming back. So now I just wish him with a smile. If it was anybody else, they would have felt, they would have just turned the face away, because this GM who assured me for 9 days, now suddenly he has refused and all that. But myself with a smile, because my mind was very clear that Swami has destined that I should work in Bangalore only. So I accepted that thing. So I just smiled at him and wished him. So now from the 3rd floor, the GM has to be dropped to the 5th floor. It will take hardly 15 or 20 seconds to go from 3rd floor to 5th floor. The lift operator pressed the button. Now the lift started, and now GM is asking me, so Sridhar, you're joining? Then I told, yes, sir, I'm joining. Where are you joining? So when he told where you're joining, I thought Swami is giving me a chance now. The same GM who shouted at me, he told that I cannot give you Puttaparthi. You join Jayanagar branch in Bangalore. Now he's asking me where you're joining. So at this moment, I remembered one small story. where Swami used to tell the Chinnakatha, where Krishna and Arjuna are walking on the road, and Krishna is asking Arjuna, that bird is white in color, no? And Arjuna says, yes, Swami. Then again Krishna says, no, that looks like a black bird. Then Arjuna says, yes, Swami, it is black in color. Then Krishna is asking you, Arjuna, what is this, Arjuna? Whatever I am telling you, are just agreeing. Is it black or bird? No, Swami, you are God. You can change anything as per your wish. So whatever you say is correct. So this small Chinnakatha I remembered, and I just told, sir, wherever you post me, I'll join happily, sir. So this brought a beautiful smile in the GM's face. He thought that I'll ask for Puttaparthi again. No, I didn't ask. I just told, wherever you post me, I'll join happily, sir. He just told, come to my office in the evening and collect the orders. When I went in the evening at 5 o'clock, he just gives the order and says, go and join Puttaparthi branch. So that's how I came to Puttaparthi. I served in Puttaparthi. I enjoyed my stay in Puttaparthi. And finally, I got retired in Puttaparthi. So this is this I have named it as 15-second miracle which Swami has made because of the Chinnakatha which I remembered in the lift. Swami made me remember that, and Swami made me tell that sentence, and I reached there. So now latest, what happened during the Corona period? During the Corona period on May 24th exactly, early morning 3:30, I get a dream, and in the dream, I'm just singing some song, some bhajan, and I started humming that same bhajan from 3:30 to 5 o'clock continuously. At 5 o'clock, I wanted to tell my wife that this song it just appeared in my dream, but I forgot the tune. Completely lost. The very next day, it was a Thursday, early morning, same 3:30, the same song comes. And so that song, I told my wife, then immediately she told, you just record it. So this is the last song. Swami made me compose a song during the Corona period, and now we'll have that song. With that song, I'll be ending the speech. Sai Rama, Sai Shama, Sai Rama, Sai Shama, Sai Shama, Sai Rama, Sai Shama. Karuna Sagar Karunya Rama, Sagar Karunya Rama, Karuna Sagar Karunya Rama, Karunya Rama, Sai Rama, Sai Shama, Sai Rama, Sai Shama, Sai Charanam, Sabdukha Haranam, Sai Charanam, Sabdukha Haranam, Sai Sankalpa Roga Nivaranam, Sai Sankalpa Roga Nivaranam, Roga Nivaranam, Sai Charanam, Sabdukha Haranam, Charanam, Sabdukha Haranam, Pati Purishvara Pavana Charanam, Pavana Charanam, Pati Purishvara Pavana Charanam, Pavana Charanam, Sai Rama, Sai Shama, Sai Shama, Karuna Sagar Karunya Rama, साई चरणों सब दुख हरणों, सब दुख हरणों, साई संकल्प रोग निवारणों, साई संकल्प करो न निवारण, साई संकल्प करो न निवारण, साई चरण सब दुख हरण, चरण सब दुख हरण, भक्ति पुरीश्वर पावन चरण, ईश्वर पावन चरण, भक्ति पुरीश्वर पावन चरण, ईश्वर पावन चरण, साई रामा साई श्यामा।
दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी जय जय, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी,
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 मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी,
मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी, प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय, प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी जय जय, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी जय जय, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी, मंगल करिणी संकट हरिणी, प्रणव स्वरूपिणी माता जय जय, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी जय जय, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी जय जय, दुर्गे अम्बे भवानी। ओम शांति शांति शांति,
समस्त
लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
Thank you very much, sir.
Sai Ram, thank
We
you.
really enjoyed your experiences and felt very, very divine. So thank you very much. And then we'll definitely have another part 2 soon because you have a lot of experiences, right? Okay, Sai Ram. Thank you.
Sai Ram.